please, if no one has called you back.
That's okay. Thank you very much indeed. Which Kingdom Hall, if I could ask? Which congregation are you?
This is the Grace Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Grace, right? I remember leaving a message. Where is that?
That's in Grace.
Which is where?
Church Street.
Which city or town or county or?
It's Essex.
Essex, Grays in Essex. Okay, thank you. Yes, I was looking at Enjoy Life Forever. I was given a copy of the book. I'm puzzled about, if you could help, lesson... there's a couple of them I'm puzzled about. One of them would be on the blood transfusion issue.
Right.
I was a bit shocked about your book, God's View of Blood, lesson 39. Do you have the book in front of you?
Hold on 1 minute. Let me get hold of one, please.
Yep.
We've just come into the Kingdom Hall and we trying to clean the Kingdom Hall. We have the memorial celebration of Christ's death this evening.
Right.
So we've just come to the Kingdom Hall in preparation of that, and we try to listen to messages, and we pick up on yours. So it's lesson 39, you said?
Yes, sir.
Right. And what did you want to know or find out, please?
Well, it's lesson 39, paragraph 1.
Yeah.
Which says, Jehovah told his worshippers in Bible times, the life of every sort of flesh is in its blood.
Yeah. That's
Leviticus 17:14. To Jehovah, blood represents life. Since life is a sacred or holy gift from God, blood is also sacred.
Yeah.
So it quotes Leviticus 17:14 that whoever breaks this commandment of blood shall be cut off.
Yeah.
Which in other totally separate contexts does mean execution.
Yes.
Yes, in other context. In this context, here in Leviticus 17, it doesn't. If you just read the next verse, and every person who eats what died naturally, or what was torn by beasts, whether he is a native of your own country or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. Then he shall be clean. So the penalty for breaking God's commandment on blood was you just had to have a ceremonial washing in water.
No.
Could you explain verse 15, please?
Of Leviticus 17, you said?
Yeah.
So, verse 15 is, as it reads here, if anyone, whether a native or a foreigner, eats an animal found dead, or one torn by a wild animal, he must wash. So, this is not talking about eating the blood,
yes, it is.
In verse 14, it says, the life of every sort of flesh eats blood. Yeah. And in the instructions that was given to them back then was, when they kill an animal and they touch the truth, they should pour down the blood into the ground. Are you with me so far?
Leviticus 17:14 is about an animal that hasn't been ceremonially drained, so they're eating an animal that contains its blood. And in verse 15, the person who breaks that commandment, who is cut off because they've broken the commandment, it says in the immediate context, they are simply to wash their clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. Then they are clean and they go back into the camp. That was the penalty for breaking God's commandment on blood. You simply had to have a ceremonial washing in water. You ceremonially washed your clothes in water, and then that very evening you were clean, declared clean, and you went back into the camp. That was the penalty for breaking God's commandment on blood. A bath.
If you read verse 16, what does it say?
But if he does not wash them or bathe his body, then he shall bear his guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you
There is a consequence. There is a consequence of that, isn't it?
Yes, but if you the context is you look. Let's read verse 14.
Yeah.
Let's read from verse 13. Whatever man or of the children of Israel or of the strangers who dwell among you, who hunts and catches any animal or bird that may be eaten, he shall pour out its blood and cover it with dust. Verse
That's
14.
right.
For it is the life of all flesh, its blood sustains its life. Therefore I said to the children of Israel, you shall not eat the blood of any flesh, for the life of all flesh is its blood. Whoever eats it shall be cut off. Now, still in the same context, verse 15, and every person who eats what died naturally or what was torn by beasts, in other words, it hasn't been ceremonially drained, right? They're eating an undrained animal. Whether he is a native of your own country or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. Then he shall be clean. Verse 16, but if he does not wash them or bathe his body, then he shall bear his guilt. So that was the penalty. If you broke God's commandment on blood, you simply had to have a ceremonial washing, and then you were clean.
No. So in verse 14, it said once you break that law, what happened to you? You be cut off. But then in verse 15, it says if anyone.
Sorry, is there somebody else with you?
Well, I've got. As I said, we're cleaning the kingdom hall.
Right.
We are here cleaning.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I think maybe it would be best if I call you
or a foreigner
another time.
Right.
Yeah. Then we can have a proper discussion. Is that okay, Robert?
Yes. I would also want to point out, though, Deuteronomy 14:21. So please bear this verse in mind. If I might please read it. You shall not eat... Could I read the verse, please? You shall not eat anything that dies of itself. You may give it to the alien who is within your gates, that he may eat it, or you may sell it to a foreigner, for you are a holy people to the Lord your God. So, if there's an animal that has not been bled, that dies of itself, or another animal kills it, and it hasn't been ceremonially drained of blood, even though the animal contains blood, you're allowed to sell it or give it to the stranger, the non-Jew, within the gates. And then the same rule would apply to that stranger who eats the animal with undrained blood. They had to have a ceremonial washing, and then they came back into the city that very evening cleansed.
So you said that's where Deuteronomy 14:21.
Yes.
Okay, I'm making a note of it,
yes.
And I'll check it out, Robert.
Thank you.
So when is it possible to call you back, please?